Okay. Okay. Hold on. Go connect to streaming. Is it showing?
I can't tell. Are you streaming on, are you streaming on the YouTube page or the?
Okay. Can somebody go on the YouTube our YouTube page and see whether you're streaming and whether everybody can hear everything?
I'm on it. I'm on it.
What's
Okay,
the
so I don't need to do this.
It's live.
Yeah, it's live.
Oh, seriously? Streamer mode
Yeah.
enabled.
Is it live?
I have
Yeah.
2 screens.
Okay. Okay, cool. It's live.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We good to go, Ian?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm muting myself. So, please let us know if you can't hear us on the stream or here, by the way.
All right. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to my little voice acting workshop. And for those of you who are in the Discord channel right now, as well as for those of you who are joining us on YouTube, Facebook, whatever outlet, if you have questions, we can actually go through that later, or you can let me know. For those of you in the Discord channel. Anyways, we're actually going to start. For those of you who don't know who I am Kiara Fordell. I am a performer, specializing in, well, not voice acting per se. I specialize in dance, but I have been taking voice acting lessons and also been doing voiceover work for certain projects of some people as well. And while during my part-time, or rather full-time now, I am currently a student in the media department, doing directing, producing, all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, that's all you need to know about me as far as this goes. And anyways, I hope you guys you're gonna enjoy the voice acting workshop. Basically, it's essentially going to be a D&D edition type of workshop. So, well, bear with me with the references here. Okay, so we're gonna begin. So first off, I felt like I should tell you guys what is voice acting. It's essentially the art of performing voiceovers to represent a character, or in this case, either an NPC as a dungeon master or a character that you play, that you created. Kind of like cartoon characters. In our industry right now, it's being used as voiceovers, cartoon characters, and even some dubbing. And, it can also be used as a narrator's voice or, exposition, which the actor actually says. And essentially, when you're thinking about voice acting, it's also the changing of one's voice, tone, style, accent, adding to it, taking away from it. That's kind of like what voice acting is. And yeah, this is, well, if you guys don't know who these guys are from Critical Role. It is essentially, they're voice actors who essentially play their character while playing D&D, which is, I feel kind of cool. And they are my inspiration, so yes. So, we're gonna wonder, how does voice acting help in a D&D setting? So, the first off, definitely character immersion. I mean, if you have, say, like a character, well, it helps with like highlighting the different personalities or characteristics of your character, or the types of voices that you kind of can do. With maybe, say, you're voice acting as a little kid who's just super excited about the world, and it helps you become that character. And also kind of immersion in the world as when the DM plays an NPC in a different way instead of the same way with every NPC, it kind of gives you an idea of what the world is like. And it's also kind of to show the variety and the difference in the world you create. And for those of you who are, well, thinking of like going professional with this, it allows for practice, where I can guarantee you, because I was practicing all my voices during my D&D campaigns and sessions, that it's really a non-judgmental place. You can do as much or as little as you want, and it helps so much with when you're actually out there doing public speaking, or even just having fun with your friends, just suddenly doing a voice out of nowhere. And the fifth one is that it actually helps interaction and description of the setting. So we're gonna move on. So before we begin, we're into the actual voice acting phase. I feel like there are some things that you have to prepare for, which is that you have to warm up your voice. And you have to understand that our voices are actually, you can say, an extra muscle in your body. So you don't want to end up hurting it and then losing your voice. That would be horrible. So we're going to try these exercises. Discord, can you please, can I have a couple of you do it with me? I'm gonna call out names here. Egg and Eric. Why don't you unmute yourselves? And we're gonna do this together. So we're gonna warm up our voices, and the rest of you can do it at home, wherever you guys are. Again, Eric. Okay. So these are 5 little exercises. The first one is you wanna take a deep breath, and you wanna let out a big hiss. Alright, that's really good. We're gonna do it 5 times. Okay. Alright, the next part we're actually just going to say and keep it on for one tone for as long as you can. This is kind of to help your breath and to kind of train your breath. So we're gonna do that. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's really good. So the third exercise that we're gonna try is that we're gonna continue on with the but we're gonna go high or low, so kind of like So that's how we're actually gonna do it. So as high as you can. Don't strain your voice just to get that. This is just to roughly get an idea of where your pitch lies and how high you can go when playing a character. So this is just to Eric and roughly
Nick,
please and demonstrate. 1, 2, 3. Go for it. Alright, that's really good. Okay, now we're gonna do some tongue twisters here, so bear with me here. You're gonna try these sentences. The bluebird blinks. Free throws. Strange strategic statistics. So, Eric, can you go first?
Oh my god. The blue bird blinks. 3 free throws. Strange strategic statistics.
Alright, Egg.
I don't think Egg is here. Can you put the script
Oh wait, no,
on
sorry.
chat?
Was it me?
Yes, it was you.
Oh, I didn't hear. I thought it was someone else. What were the sentences again?
You can see them on the slides. It's number 4.
There are slides.
Oh, there are
Yeah.
slides. Oh.
Oh.
Blue blinks. 3 free throws. Strange strategic statistics.
So there's where you come in with the tongue twisters here, because what you want to do is essentially just enunciate a few words here and there just to make sure that you have it. Alright, so usually we kind of repeat a few of these a few times, but you can do that at home in the future when you're trying to actually warm up your voice. Alright, so lastly, and this is something that I really like to do, it's you can either try saying a quick stanza of your favorite poem or text, or sing a song, your favorite song, or whatever. So I'm gonna show you something that I usually say before I try DMing, or actually this is DMing. So I would like, I'm sorry, this is Shakespeare, and I know that it looks difficult, so I'm just gonna let you guys read it while I say it. But it really helps. Warm up your voice. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death drag thou wanderest in his shade, when eternal lines to thine thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and gives life to me. So that's just really, it's really up to you what you guys want to say. I have friends who want to sing a song. Some friends would just rather scream at the top of their lungs. That's okay as well. Right. So, before we actually get into the actual voice acting, there's a few things that everyone must understand before they actually get into the character itself. The first one is understanding your character. You have to consider, is he a gruff like dwarf or posh like elf? What kind of background does she have? That might change. Like if he or she lives by an urchin, and I'm sorry, there is now a ambulance. So essentially, what kind of background they have? Maybe they grew up as an urchin or as a noble or an acolyte. That might determine their accent, because can you imagine an urchin actually having a posh accent? That doesn't make sense whatsoever. And then you have to consider where he or she was raised. Maybe you can actually look up Faerunian maps and just roughly a good guess. What kind of education did he or she have? What kind of people did they spend time around growing up? What time are they from? I know there are some D&D campaigns that actually take forth in the future or in the modern day, that kind of thing. So the next thing you guys have to understand is your age. Now you have to understand that not everyone can give the voice of a little girl, and not everyone can do the gruff voice of an old man. Work with something simple first, and not something that might strain your voice, and experiment as you go on. Maybe change the tone, change the pitch. Use facial expressions to help. The picture down there shows what I'm talking about. Sometimes what can happen is that the reason why you're not really getting your character or your voice acting is just because you don't really feel the character. So if I was in shock, I might go, "Oh my goodness, what is happening?" So even though your face is not being recorded, it still gives that kind of feeling of you have that emotion in your voice. Okay. So we're gonna go into voice acting basics. Each one of these 6 pieces we're gonna go through one by one. But this is the summary. The first one is the tone and pitch of your voice. Then we'll go into the speed of your voice, your pronunciation, emotion, breathing, and lastly, accents. I know you guys are excited to be getting to the accents. Bear with me here. Alright, so we're going to go into the tone and pitch of your voice. You have to understand what type of tone and pitch of your voice that has, and that can actually help you better articulate what type of character that you're playing. So just now we were doing the that would roughly give you an idea of where your voice can and cannot go. So, for example, a little girl or a little boy might have a higher pitch and be naturally happier sounding, one like an old man filled with knowledge, or like, should I say dwarf? Because dwarves usually have a really low, really raspy voice. Okay, so we're gonna try an exercise here. And I'm gonna pick 4 of you out, and then you guys are just gonna roll a d6, and you're gonna say these phrases in any expression that you guys want. But I don't want to hear your regular voice. Essentially, I want you to try something different. Try experimenting with your voice. Okay? So Discord channel. Let's see, who do we have? Isan. Isan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Roll a d6, please.
Yeah.
You can roll it. Well, we have Avery in the Discord channel, so.
Oh no. How
You can roll any Discord channel, or even the meeting room will be fine as well.
I don't remember. What's the syntax for it?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly. So it's a exclamation point R1d6. Let's take a look. Alright, number 6. So you're gonna play the haughty elf, and your expression is going to be, "Come on, I don't have all day. Please show me your best voice."
Okay. Come on, I don't have all day.
Okay, so listen to that. Okay, now you have to understand that elves usually are really higher in tone. So let's try enunciating each word And for your sake, just try going word by word. Try again.
Come on, I don't have all day.
Better. But it's an exclamation point, not a question mark. That's something that you guys have to watch out for. If it's an exclamation mark, it's usually a question. If it's a question mark, it's usually a question. If it's an exclamation point, it's usually a statement. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the gruff. And for that, Adari, can you hear me? Adari?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. Exclamation point. 1d6.
Space between the R and the 1. Try that again. Once you press it, it can't really change. So
Okay. Exclamation point. 1d6.
yes, they really can't.
Hang
Forgot the
on. Hang on. Give me a second.
It's okay. You've totally got this. Yes, I truly believe you do.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Opened up a different dice roller.
Oh, okay. No problem. You're gonna say this in the most gruff voice you can manage.
I'm so happy to see you.
That's really good. That's actually really good. It sounds really good. What I would suggest is to add the rasp in a bit more. So kind of like right now you're doing a very deep voice and that's really awesome. Rasp it out a bit more. Try it again.
What do you mean by rasp? Exactly.
So, what I mean by rasp is that sometimes with dwarves, well, I'm not gonna be the expert on dwarves here, but essentially, kind of like, well, I can't go as low as you, but I'm so happy to see that kind of like enunciating the S kind of thing.
Okay.
Try that again.
I'm so happy to see you.
Great. All right, we're gonna move on. So consider that in the future. So Greystone, are you there?
Yep.
Roll me a d.
1d6. Oh no. Okay.
Roll me a d6, please. Alright.
6.
We're gonna have a lot of that today. So you're gonna be playing a sinister UNP, doing number 6.
Alright. Come on. I don't have all day.
I kind of like that. I really actually kind of like that. I don't really have much changes as far as it goes. You can go slower a bit because I don't know whether this is your voice or just Discord, but I couldn't hear the beginning.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
Come on. I don't have all day.
Great. Good try. Alright. So the last one is the Anxious Man. And you know who I'm gonna call next? Our beloved DM over there, Ian.
Yeah.
Please roll a d6.
God damn it.
Aduh, Hokage. That must be
Alright, so you have an Anxious Man saying number 1. Go for it.
Okay, alright.
Well, hot and cold
I'm
rules.
so happy to see you.
Ian, I would like you to try and change your voice a little bit more because I like the anxiousness and I do feel it, but I feel like you're not changing your voice. Try either going higher or lower.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what I can do. Wait. I don't want to change my voice. Wait. Damn it.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm seriously anxious myself. I'm so happy. Damn it.
It's okay. Try. Okay, think about it this way. You're an anxious man. That's very true. But you also want to portray like maybe going a higher octave than what you are used to. Like this is my normal talking voice, but if I were to say this, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you." and that kind of thing. That kind of, you just want to go one octave. Don't force yourself too much, but just try and change your voice a little bit there.
Okay. I'm so happy to see you.
That's really good. That's really good, actually. So yeah, so do you guys understand like where I'm coming from when you say tone and pitch?
Yeah.
I know some of these don't actually match up to the phrases, but it's just for fun, for the sake. Alright, so we're gonna move on. Okay, so we have the speed of your voice. How fast you say a sentence can bring forth different meanings. For example, if you say a sentence very fast, it could mean that you don't have time and must tell the party of danger before it comes. If it's slow, it could mean telling the party of ancient knowledge. But you have to understand that some characters, and you can arrange this for your own character, they just really have naturally fast or slow speaking voices. So, like maybe like for me, I remember one of my characters, the druid, just really has a very, she was made just to have fun with the DMs because she's a very broken character. So for her, she just speaks in a very naturally slow voice. Like if I were to be speaking in her right now, I'd probably be going, "Hello there, how are you all today?" Like just a little bit taking her own sweet time, you know? So, but it's actually very important to, whatever your character speed is like, that the entire party understands what you're saying. And actually, speed can also depict the demeanor of a character in terms of whether they're serious or playful. A serious character, usually with no nonsense, can actually speak more slow and more paced out, whereas usually a playful character has a higher, more like, because that character is excited over every little thing in it, and she just needs to speak very, very fast because she needs to get through everything, and she just wants to play with you. Don't you understand? Okay, so that's kind of the difference. I'm gonna show you guys an example of this, and this is something that you guys may know. I want you guys to compare. And then I would like a couple of you to give me your comments on what you feel is the difference. Now, we're gonna see two characters. The first is the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and you guys know how that goes. The second that we're gonna compare is Uncle Iroh from, those of you who are Avatar: The Last Airbender fans, you know what I mean. So we're gonna look at this video. Sorry.
Oh my goodness! I'm late! She's curious. What could a rabbit possibly be late for? Please, sir! I'm really important. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late.
Now I'm gonna pick out one person. Can you give me your thoughts on this? There is a workshop in Ba Sing Se. I'm not sure if we're in Ba Sing Se. Alright.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Bang Sing Se is in the Avatar, right? I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember who though.
Alright, Plinker, are you there? Guess not. Okay, Dreamer? You there? Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you know what, Plinker, give me your thoughts on what you think, compare the first to the second. Give me your thoughts.
Well, one is anxious. The second one is more calm, more serene.
Okay. And then, as far as it goes, if you're gonna play a character, what kind of character would be more suitable to say the White Rabbit? Can you think of something for
me? Goblin? Kobold?
That is, those are very good guesses, and yes, you're right. Actually, I can't tell you how to play a character, but yes, because of the tiny stature and I can tell you that the few kobolds that I met as players have so far used a very anxious kind of voice. But I'm not saying that you can't use that in every other race. It's just that I'm asking him what type of race works best with this sort of anxious voice. But obviously, that's really subjective. Really subjective. Alright, and what about Uncle Iroh? What kind of What kind of character do you think we would play, that kind of thing?
Monk, cleric, wizard. Okay.
Also, yeah. You can notice that Uncle Iroh speaks in a very, how do I say this, wise kind of tone. He speaks in a very.
He speaks purposefully. Like
Yes, peacefully, purposefully.
wise and purposefully, peacefully.
Yeah. Yes. And usually when someone speaks like that, what can someone tell me what they're trying to portray? Like what's the type of message that they're trying to send?
Most of the time, they want to portray a more like a mature character, someone who's like been through like the toughest weathers, because from like Uncle Iroh, his voice comes mostly from like the diaphragm, while the rabbit's voice is really like throaty, and like the syllables on Uncle Iroh are dragged a bit longer.
Yeah, you're right. And Typots, yes, agreed. Someone you should listen to. So think about that when you're doing your character, when you're picking a voice for your character, because do you want someone like the White Rabbit who speaks in really super fast just because they can? Or someone like Uncle Iroh who speaks very calmly, very serenely, very knowledgeably? And yeah, that's something that you can think of the next time you create a character. Okay, sorry. Alright. So the third one that we're gonna go to is something called pronunciation. Now it's either called pronunciation or pronunciation. And I'm gonna declare that immediately. Now it doesn't matter what type of character you play, if people can't understand you, they won't be able to join along with you. And I don't care how fast you guys wanna say or how slow, if you're gonna say like a character that's gonna go, it doesn't matter, you're not gonna hear what I'm saying. Or it's the same thing if I go really slow, like saying or like kind of mumbling. Like people don't understand what you're trying to say, and that can really put strain on your party as well as your DM, because well they don't understand, they don't know what you're trying to say. Right. You have to understand and know which types of words to emphasize and which words you can just jump across. For example, the word "I love you." I emphasize the word "love" because that's the main point of the entire sentence. Some words just don't require you to draw them out as much, just because they're transitional words. But the main idea just has to be there. Right. So for this part, we're going to try a little exercise. There are 6 phrases here. We're going to read out these words normally, and we're going to emphasize the words written in capital. So I'm going to pick people now. Gamer Life, are you there?
Yep.
Sorry. Okay. Can you say the first phrase, and the word that you have to emphasize is dragon and us. So that one you can draw a little bit longer. So.
Okay. That dragon is coming after us.
Alright. So when you're saying, I want you to try again, and this time you have to understand that even though you're pronouncing, you're emphasizing, you have to make it so that it sounds smooth. You're emphasizing a little bit too much, so it doesn't really sound natural. Try that again.
Okay. That dragon is coming after us.
Not bad. When you're going through this, so I want you to say this normally. Let's try this. Say this normally.
That dragon is coming after us.
Okay. Now I would like you to hear, because what I know you're supposed to emphasize, but you're also supposed to make it sound normal, which essentially just now you were trying to enunciate every word. So instead of trying to enunciate every word, read it normally. That dragon is coming after us. Notice how I emphasize dragon and I draw the us. So that's roughly how you can do it without making it sound really unnatural. Try it again.
That dragon is coming after us.
Okay, much better. So you guys get it? Alright. In the slide, yes. Alright, so, Joe, are you there?
Yep.
Joe,
Yep. I'm here.
read the second one.
Sorry, I don't know how to open the slides. I just got in, so.
Oh, I'm actually streaming the slide, so you can click on the Discord channel and then you can see that.
I only see you though.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my.
You right click her name on Discord and then watch stream.
Oh, okay. Alright. I see.
Got it?
Alright, got it.
Alright, so you have the second line. You are supposed to emphasize shocked, you, and imp.
Alright, okay. I'm gonna give it a go. Okay. I'm shocked that you would suggest killing that poor imp.
Okay. Actually, that's a really good try. But what I realized is that suggest and killing part, you kind of stop there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see if you can try it without stopping?
Okay, alright. I'm shocked that you would suggest killing that poor imp.
Great! I like that. So, alright. So I'm gonna have someone read out the third line. The Eye of Ching, are you there?
Aye, man, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Unfortunately.
Alright, can you hear me now?
You're very soft.
Very soft. Okay, let's turn this all the way up. How about this?
Yes, much better.
Much better? Okay, great. So, number 3, okay. What kind of person talks in opposite?
And those of you who have been playing this character know who I'm talking about. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I actually have a bard who talks in opposite, and this is what inspired that sentence. But
may I suggest that statement ends in a question mark or an exclamation mark?
Yes, I would agree. I would like. Okay, so here's the thing. You did really well, but what I would like you to try is. Well, it sounds at this point a little bit too. It still sounds a little bit too normal. Try emphasizing it by the subtlest little bit, but just the tiniest little bit. Try it again.
Okay. What kind of person talks in opposite?
Actually, that sounds much better. You can afford to draw it out a little bit more, but overall, really good. Right. Number 4. Tide Pots, are you there?
Here I be.
Yes. Number 4, take it away.
Dear sir, we're simply here to check out your wares.
I actually really, that was phenomenal. Actually, I feel like as we go on with this, I feel like you guys are all getting really much better, which is a really good thing. Right? Yeah, you guys are getting much better. You guys are, yeah. Every single person that I go through, you guys are getting much better. All right. Now, I would like you to try something with me with this little sentence. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. What if we don't emphasize the dear? What if we emphasize the sir? Try that.
Alright. Dear sir, we're simply here to check out your wares.
Alright. That's really good. Now, remember it ends in a full stop, not 3 dots. That's all. That's all, because it sounds like you're ending. You're not ending there. You have something more to say. So consider that. Full stop it. Okay.
Understood.
Alright. Dreamer, are you there?
Yeah.
You have number 5.
Okay. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Now that's just funny just because it's a tongue twister, and I believe a lot of people there are laughing right now just because it's that. Now,
Yeah.
now, do you notice that the seashells are both capitalized? Sometimes when you're saying a phrase, you need to emphasize more than one word simultaneously, and that's what I'm actually liking. What I'm liking about like your pronunciation, but I would like you to try and emphasize it a little bit more because I feel like you're just drafting it through the C and you're focusing on the shells. Try emphasizing the seashells a little bit more. Alright, go for it.
Connection issues.
Yeah.
Connections, yeah. Alright. Dreamer? Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's. Oh, there he is.
Hello?
Alright.
Hello?
There you are.
Alright.
Come-
Can you try that again?
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Great. Just try when you're saying this, and I know it's a tongue twister, but you can sometimes, but it helps with practicing a little bit, just so you don't get stuck because you got stuck with she cells.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into number 6. Thank you for giving me that name, Kaledio. Are you there?
Kaleidoli.
How do I pronounce that? Sorry.
It's like the first part of kaleidoscope. Kaleidoli.
Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, Kaleido is good enough.
Yep.
Kaleidoscope.
Alright, so you have number 6.
Love goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows. Some with traps.
I don't even need you to repeat. I just want you to repeat that one more time, but that was really good already. I don't have any changes. Go for it.
Love goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows. Some with traps.
Right. I'm gonna ask you to read it one more time. Read it normally for me, please.
Love goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows. Some with traps.
Now, what he's doing right now, and I really like it because the first time he did it with the emphasis. The second time he did it normally, but and I can tell that you really know what you're doing a little bit, because even when you're pronouncing it normally, we can still hear the emphasis. It's just not as obvious. Now, the whole point of this exercise was to be obvious, but when you're actually playing the character, it helps sometimes not to be as obvious with your pronunciation. But the idea of it still gets across. Perfect. Let's move on. Okay. So we're gonna go into emotion, which is kind of my favorite part. We're gonna stop here a little bit for the sake of having fun with this. Now, emotion is important as it depicts how your character would react in a certain situation. Whether your character is happy, sad, just wants to get a drink, emotion can also give others an insight into what your character is currently thinking, without actually ever saying it out loud. So we're gonna try these exercises, and we're gonna actually have a little bit of fun with this. And I know that a D5 does not actually exist. Everybody can still roll it, and I know that fact. So we're gonna try these 6 little expressions. I know, like, almost none of these go with any one of the 6 given, but we're just gonna try this and have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna have let's see, I'm gonna go down the line here. Okay, Ian, can you start us off? Ian?
Yep.
Can you start us off? You're gonna be cheerful.
Okay.
You're gonna roll a D5.
A D5. Yeah, good thing there's a electronic roller. Wow, I got 5. This is the only time I roll the max numbers. Okay, let's see. Cheerful. Why are you always late to our party meetings? We could have all died.
That sounds more regretful than cheerful.
Really? Okay.
I have to try saying it with a little bit more jump. Like, why are you always late to our parties? We could have all died.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay, hold on. Why are you always late to our party meetings? We could have all died.
Much better, much better. So think about it that way. Even though there is nothing cheerful about this.
No, there's nothing cheerful about this.
You can actually,
I can go full on optimism there, I guess.
yeah, there are always just ways that you can always say things that it doesn't. I know it doesn't make sense, but there are ways to say this where you can still depict the emotion even though you're saying something that really doesn't suit that emotion whatsoever. And this time well, the next person I pick, and as well as the following, I want you guys to try, like, if you guys want, you guys can add a little bit more, like maybe crying or just laughing, or make it your own. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's always good to do that. All right. So someone just joined in. Netherlord. Netherlord.
Hello, what's going on?
You're gonna say the next one, which is a sad expression. You're gonna roll a d5 and say whatever the dice rolls.
What? Okay.
Sad card.
Roll a d5.
The cursed 1d5. 2.
2. Okay. So yours is that dragon is attacking us. Run sadly.
Alright. The dragon is attacking you! I don't think that's sad, but I tried.
That was like a little bit more like Mickey Mouse.
You want me to try to be more Mickey Mouse? Sure.
No. Now, it sounds nice. Also, I remember falling in love with a character Netherlord made just because of that voice he did. Fun fact, by the way. But let's try. Okay, now this comes into what we previously discussed about speed and tone. When you're doing sad, it's important that you're not sounding too high-pitchedly cheerful. What I would like you to do is drag out the sentence a little bit more, and you're gonna try that again.
Okay. The dragon is attacking us! Run!
That's actually much better, really.
Okay. I don't know how to say this in a sad tone. It's scared. I think earlier sounds a bit more scared. They're both of my renditions.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this in a sad tone.
I'll give you an example. It isn't like, I know this sounds really, really panicked. Even the sentence sounds really panicked, but you can actually do it in a sad voice, which is the dragon is attacking us. like you can try to feel sad, and then just say it as a sad person would just imagine you're just saying it sadly, or as a person who maybe just lost his entire family from that dragon.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna move on.
The dragon is attacking us. Run before you become another victim, please.
That was really good. That was
Alright.
much better. Alright, we're gonna move on. Everyone has had a turn, so I'm gonna go up to the top. Dari? Dari, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. You have number 3, which is funny. Please roll me a d5.
Let's hope this works.
Alright. Alright, you have number 5. Can you roll again? We're gonna see if we can get through with all the numbers.
Okie dokie. D5. One again.
Reroll that! Oh wait, actually 1 hasn't been done. 2 has been done.
Okay. 1. Funny. Funny.
Think about it.
He was such a blessing in disguise.
I really like that. I would like you to try again. Maybe okay. Pronunciation wise, you're lacking a little bit there because I could barely hear the he. So try that. Now I know you guys want to show emotion, but nothing should give way to pronunciation. Try that again.
Okay. He was such a blessing in disguise.
Now that was really good, and I like how he was, and then stopped yourself because he was so caught up with the moment. That was really good. You can actually do that. All right. Okay. The Plinker. The blinker, are you there?
Yep. Not used to the microphone.
Alright, you have sarcasm next.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I roll, right?
Yep, please roll.
Five.
Why does the dice like 5 today? But
Average has been rolling at the extremes. We got 6-1-6-1 last time.
yeah, exactly.
Roll again.
Please reroll that. The curse of breaking the laws of physics. It's 2 again. I would, you know what? For the sake of this, because I kind of want to see how you do this. Go for it.
Let me get back to it. Sarcastic. 2. Okay. That dragon is attacking us. Run.
Let me think. I feel like it's okay. It's just that you can afford to emphasize more. Sarcasm, give or take, is more always on emphasis. So if I were to say it, I would probably go, that dragon is attacking us. Run. It's kind of like you don't believe it yourself. Okay, try that. Let's try that again. I know sarcasm. There's a lot of ways to do this. Alright, let's try this again.
Dragon is attacking us. Run.
I like how it's so monotonous. Like really, I don't believe that dragon is attacking us. Well, okay, let's move on. All right. Right, Dreamer.
Ada.
Alright, you have Sirius, and I think I'm just gonna give you this one because I want to see how you would say this. I want you to do.
Okay.
I want you to do number 3. It's a very easy
Number
one.
3. I swing my sword at the goblin.
Yeah, Sirius is actually one of the easiest to do. That was really good. Let's try that again.
Yeah. I swing my sword at the goblin.
Right. I don't have any comments. That was really good. Alright. Next up, we have Egg. Eggy.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been dreading this ever since you said we were going from the top of the list.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to need everyone to make a charisma save.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Hold on, let's see how much I roll. Let's see. I rolled a 13, I'll be fine. Alright, I'm gonna give you number 4, which I feel like is just the perfect emotion for this one.
How is it the okay. Once upon a time, there was an ancient world filled with elves and dwarves and dragons. How do I do seductive?
You could always go. Once upon a time, there was an ancient world filled with elves and dwarves and dragons.
And dragons.
Okay, try that again. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Once upon a time, there was an ancient world filled with elves and dwarves and dragons.
Okay. It's okay, you're getting there. You're getting it. I would like you to try one more time. This time around, I want you to picture. I want you to picture maybe, you know, you know how those advertisements where, you know, they kind of like dolce gusto, that kind of thing. Try and picture that kind of thing in your mind. Alright, we're gonna try this one more time.
What? God. Once upon a... No. Once upon a time, there was an ancient world filled with elves and dwarves and dragons. I don't.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You can keep working on it, but it's a good try. It's a good try.
I need to work on that. Seductive is the one thing I can't do.
It's okay. It took me months to get seductive.
Yeah.
It's very okay. Okay, so we're gonna go into breathing. So the breath of your voice is actually really so important to any voice acting per se. If you run out of breath before you can finish the line, the message is not gonna go through well. And I can tell you this: if you're one of those characters that's just going to say 20 words a second, kind of thing. Right. It can also be used to emphasize expression, such as exhaustion or relaxation. For example, an exhausted person might breathe heavily, kind of like, I just came back from while a person who just woke up from a nap might have a strong but tired voice, kind of like, what is all this racket? Now, this is for the DMs. While reading the exposition, make sure you pace yourselves. I know that when you're running AL, those little text boxes can go on forever. And now, you might be seriously out of breath if you don't pace yourself while you're reading it. Alright, so, I'm gonna try something. Importance of having water by your side, guys. Right, we're gonna try something. We're gonna try a rap battle. Now, I feel like there is nothing cooler than having a little rap battle, because that teaches you so well how to control your voice. So we're gonna special thanks to Lin-Manuel Miranda. These are all lines from Hamilton. If you're watching this, Lin, love you, big fan. Thank you. But yes, we're gonna continue on down the line. Eric.
Oh my god. I'm really bad at this. How do you rap?
Just try your best. Let's give it a shot.
I'm actually stunned. Can I have like an example, Kiara? Can you try to do it?
Sure. I imagine that so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we live in fast, why we live in laugh, reach for a flash. We have to make this moment last, and that's plenty. Sorry, I messed up during the last part because I also ran out of breath.
Wow, that's really good actually. Okay, I'll try. I imagine that so much, it feels more like a memory. When it's gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many as anybody. Why? We live in fast and so we laugh. Reach for a flash, so we make this moment last. That's plenty. Oh,
that's really good. Clap, clap, clap. Claps. Right. So, one thing that I would... So one thing that I would give you a bit of advice is that I know sometimes you just want to go as fast as you can. It's important to take a deep breath before you actually wrap it out, just because you feel like you're gonna run out of breath for sure. But if you just take a really deep breath, like really just goes all the way to your stomach, it can help a lot. Okay. All right. Isan, I would also like you to try this.
Oh god. Rapping, right?
Yep.
I imagine that so much, it feels more like a memory. When it's gonna be? It must be 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many as anybody. While we're living fast and we laugh. Reach for the flowers. We have to make this moment last. That's plenty. My rap.
Good try. I know your eyes are essentially getting ahead of your brain, if I'm not wrong. Because that happens to me as well. That happens to me as well. Alright. I have another passage here. this is actually the beginning of Alexander Hamilton. Now you can actually go slower with this one. This is more fun because it goes slower. It's just it actually goes. How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? It's actually slower, but you can feel that with the tempo going a little bit faster and faster, your breath has to match up. Right, so I'm gonna pick somebody to do this. Gamer Life, please. Gamer Life, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't like my chances with this one though.
It's okay. What can actually help is if you tap your feet or just feel like just get a tempo going. Just try your best. Right,
How
go
does
for
a bastard orphan, son of a whore, and a Scotsman drop in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by province, impoverished, in spoil, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? That was bad. That was so bad.
It's okay. Do you want to try again?
Maybe if you repeat first.
Well, I wouldn't. Well, if I were to give you just a bit of advice, don't worry if you get the pronunciation wrong. It's rapping. That's one. But essentially, if you mess up, just keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up halfway. Don't go shit or something like that. Just keep going. If you mess up, that's fine. Right, let's try this again. Right.
How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, drop in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by province, impoverished, in squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar?
Also, I'm sorry. I just said that S word. I'm sorry. But that was okay. That was really good. Yeah. So some of the important things that you guys have to remember if you guys are gonna play a character kind of like this, is just to remember the breath and also, try your best. I'm sorry. I just said the S word. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, PG-13. Okay. Alright, so I would like someone else to give this a try. Greystone, are you there?
Sorry, yep. You want me to try? Oh my god.
Yeah, please try it.
Or the rap. How does a bastard orphan son of whore and Scotland drop? How does a bastard orphan son of whore and Scotland drop in the middle of a forgotten spot? Oh, it doesn't work. Oh god. How does a bastard orphan son of whore and Scotland drop in the middle of the forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished in squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? No, it doesn't work.
Okay, calm down. One, take a deep breath. That's important. Okay, the second thing is you're trying to go at it as fast as you can when that's not the point of this exercise. Essentially, sometimes you don't have to go super fast that you forget pronunciation, that you completely forget pronunciation. It's okay to mess up, but you can go a bit slower, keeping your tempo and keeping your pace. Right? So let's give this another try.
Right. How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and a Scotland, drop in the middle of the forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished in the squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar?
Alright, that was a good try. That's gonna clap, everybody. Alright. So, just keep thinking about your breathing and keep just this is one of those where if you just practice it long enough, you will get it. But essentially, it's one of those things where, like, I know some of your characters probably don't do that, but hey, if you guys are ever considering a bard, consider this! Alright, so, next up, we're actually just gonna watch this video. This is Hamilton. Yes. Credits to Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm gonna say this twice. Please don't kill me for this. But yes, you're gonna see two scenes, which is essentially, in Hamilton, is the fastest words per second that anyone has ever tried. I don't think it's anyone has ever tried, but essentially it was a very fast rap. and you have to listen closely. You can hear every word that they're saying in this sentence, as well as every word that that comes out. And this is really a really strong control breath. So we're gonna watch this.
So this is what it feels like to match with someone at your level. What the heck is the catch? It's the feeling of freedom of seeing the light. It's been fragrant with the key and the kind. You see it, right? The conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything we said in total, 3 minutes. The 3 minutes, a bit of a dance, a bit of a posture, it's a bit of a stance. He's a bit of a flirt, but I'm gonna give it a chance. I asked about his family. Did you see his answer? His hands started fidgeting. He looked askance. He's penniless, flying by the seat of his pants.
Alright. Sorry. Okay. So, if you guys can hear that, every single word is enunciated. They don't forego the pronunciation just because they're rapping, just because it's fast. And I'm sorry, I couldn't get the official one from Angelica, but that's really copyrighted. But essentially, do you guys hear that? Do you guys actually see how a person can go very fast, but essentially not forego anything else? And it's actually about the breathing. Alright, so we're gonna go into number 6, which is a favorite, and I know this is what you guys are all waiting for, accents. So, depending on where your character is from and where your character hails from, accents can be amazing ways to bring out a different side of the character. Think about maybe using an Asian accent if your character comes from part Faerun that could be considered Asian. For example, a human from the Mulan tribe. So, well, in the 5th edition book, it is described for the description of the people from the Mulan tribe is essentially the description of an Asian Chinese. So consider that when you're making your character, when you're trying to play your character. If your character is posh and comes from a high-class family, consider giving them a British turn your nose up at everything accent. And you can also use extra terms to sell the character in their accent. For example, if your character has an Australian accent, maybe you can throw in a mate once in a while to help that. Sorry, I need a drink. Now, there are tons of accents out there that can suit one character or another. There's a bunch there that, honestly, you can just Google and you can actually go and listen to that. Irish, Indian, Russian, American, British, Renaissance, Southern, Scottish, Australian, South African, and a whole lot more. I can't include them all in this list, and we'll be here for a good hour, maybe. So, it's important to experiment and see which accent your character is most likely to have, from where they're from and the type of background, and what kind of accent would suit the character best. So we're gonna do a little bit of exercise. This is actually one of my favorite plays from Shakespeare. It's from Henry V. Now, I'm gonna do this once with someone, and then I would like two other people to try. We're gonna do this a couple of times. Okay? I will play Catherine because she has a very French accent. And to show you guys, to give you guys an example, I would like someone to play King Henry V. Actually, for this one, where's Netherlord? I wanted him. It's okay. Let's see, who have I not called? Where was I, anyways? Joe, thank you. Joe.
Yo, what's up? Hello, sorry.
Alright, so I would like you to act out this scene with me. So now, a few things that you should remember. King Henry V is an Englishman. Mm-hmm. So consider a British accent for this one. Let's give it a try. You may start.
Alright. Fair Catherine, and most fair, will you vouchsafe to teach a soldier terms, such as will enter at the lady's ear, and plead his love suit to her gentle heart?
Your Majesty shall mock me. I cannot speak your England.
Oh, fair Catherine, if you will love me soundly with your French heart, I will be glad to hear you. Confess it brokenly with you, English tongue. Do you like me, Kate?
Pardonnez-moi? I cannot tell what is like me.
An angel is like you, Kate, and you are like an angel. I said so, dear Catherine, and I must not blush to affirm it.
Alright, so that was really good. Now some of the things of British accent, they not say the T, like kind of hot.
Yeah,
They have the T. They have the T in there.
the accents are hard for me, so that's the thing.
Yeah, it's okay. We all learn.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, thanks.
And Kaleido and the Eye of Ching, I would like you two to also try the scene.
Who would you have me play?
Okay.
Pick a character which
I'm not sure I've ever done any accent before, but I'll try.
Alright. Yep. Go for it.
Okay, sorry, the stream is paused now. I just need to get the script in front of me again. So, which
no, sorry.
which scene is this in King Henry? The
No, it's on screen. It's on screen again.
It's on
It's on screen. Okay, great, thank you. All right, who would you like to play? I'm
Alright,
happy with either
I'll-
gender.
I'll start first.
Mm-hmm.
Fair Catherine, and most fair, will you vouchsafe to teach a soldier terms such as will enter at the lady's ear, and plead his love suit to her gentle heart?
Your Majesty shall mock at me. I cannot speak your England.
Oh, fair Catherine, if you will love me soundly with your French heart, I will glad to hear you confess it brokenly with your English tongue. Do you like me, Kate?
Pardon-moi? I cannot tell what is like me.
An angel is like you, Kate, and you are like an angel. I say so, dear Catherine, and I must not blush to affirm it.
What the fact?
Alright,
Sorry, that was a
so-
really bad French swear, but I should have said it.
It's okay. Kaleido, as far as it goes, I feel like yeah, a little bit of Indian English for one, and the other thing is that sometimes it's important to understand how they pronounce certain things. And I know this was really jumped at you guys, but consider this situation. King Henry V is a British man. British have been learning English since they could walk. So their English ergo is not like, don't try not to pause as much. Like, fair Catherine, and most fair, will you vouchsafe to teach a soldier's terms, such as will enter at a lady's ear? So that kind of posh little accent with him, because he grew up in a palace. He wouldn't have a very, how would I say this? How do I say this? a very common way of saying things. But overall, it was a good try. The Eye of Ching, it was, as far as it goes, it's okay. But French, as far as it goes, like they have a tendency to now say the r, like kind of, I cannot speak your England. Like they have a tendency to emphasis on the r side. But overall, it's really good. Do you guys want to try again?
Yep, sure. I think I got off to a very shaky start up there just because did not prime myself enough. But let's give it another shot.
Sure.
Can I pass?
Alright.
Can I pass? Let others try.
Yeah. Go for it.
Kaleido Lee is asking if they can pass, and let the next line take it.
Okay.
Or do you want me to play King Henry instead, and someone else can be the French woman?
No worries. Kaleido, good try. You can always keep practicing accents. Eye of Ching, why don't you try King Henry V? Type Pots, can you try Catherine?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Sure. Okay, go for it.
Fair Catherine and most fair, will you vouchsafe to teach a soldier terms, such as will enter at a lady's ear, and plead his love suit to her gentle heart?
Your Majesty shall mock at me. I cannot speak to England.
Oh, fair Catherine, If you will love me soundly with your French heart, I will be glad to hear you confess it brokenly with your English tongue. Do you like me, Kate?
Huddle there, boy. I cannot tell what is like me.
An angel is like you, Kate, and you are like an angel. I said so, dear Catherine. I must not blush to admit it. Sorry, affirm it.
It's okay. Alright. Good job, good job. Overall, I'd say it was pretty good. As far as it goes, the Eye of Ching, it was really nice of you to really take it slow. That's actually really good because you paused during the right places. You didn't really rush it. And Tide Pods, you had no idea what you were doing, but it was actually really good. Like I could feel Kate's emotion, and that's really where it comes by. Alright, so we're gonna move on, but good job everybody for trying. The important thing is actually with accents, it's a lot of practice. It's a lot of, you just have to keep listening to the accent that you're supposed to understand or supposed to pronounce, and slowly and surely you're gonna get that. Okay? So let's see what you've learned. So we're gonna take a short 5-minute break here, but at this point I'm going to pick out 3 people, and I would like you to pick up a character which you have essentially made, and I would like you to think about all that you've learned about what type of accents might go well with this character, what kind of tone, what kind of background. So we're gonna take a short 5-minute break, and then we're gonna come back to this, and we're gonna see what you have actually learned. A few things that before I pick up the people, a few things that we want to see. I want you guys to try. Remember to use voice and tone. Speed is the key towards understanding the age and general demeanor of the character. Enunciate every word. Don't slur or mumble, and don't think of an excuse. Just because the character mumbles doesn't mean that you have to play him as a mumbly character. Use emotion to convey what your character is saying. Utilize breathing so that you do not cut yourself off halfway. And try to use accents to help show where your character is from. Right. So I'm going to pick up 3 people. Alright, before I do, why don't I see if I have any volunteers? Does anyone want to volunteer?
I can volunteer.
Alright, go for it. So we have Dreamer. Who else?
I'd volunteer if I could remember any of my characters.
Alright. Egg. Alright, and one more.
Let me just get some water first. Hold on.
We have a 5-minute break. You have time.
Let's see what characters I have.
I have a character concept, if that's okay with you.
I mean, I don't mind so long as you just play the character.
Oh, this character would be fun.
I'll give it a shot.
Alright, so Adari, Dreamer, and Egg, you have 5 minutes to prep, and then we'll come back around 9:27 to see what you have coming up.
Alright. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck to you too.
Alright, meanwhile, since we're still on live stream, yeah, Ian, what are you thinking so far?
About the live stream?
How's the live stream going so far?
Let's see. We did had like 10 fella at one time, but that's only for a while. We have 5 viewers on the live stream, on the YouTube anyway. There's a lot more guys in here. But I consider that a victory. Somebody's actually watching it on YouTube.
Awesome.
And hopefully it records. Yeah, hopefully it records and you just don't need to save it on a PC and take up like how many gigs of freaking memory.
Oh, tell me about it. We're on about 1 hour and a half right now. I think I should be ending a little bit after this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the stream is about... How does the stream... Where did I see this time of the stream? Oh, well, yeah, 1 hour 15 minutes into the stream already. But so
Awesome.
But good work, Kiara. Lots of prep here.
Yeah, we'll discuss this a little bit later on how much prep I actually did.
Okay. But yeah, I didn't know you want to stream like right away. I thought like, okay, just record and that's about it.
I didn't think about it until just now, actually.
Yeah, but so far so good. Luckily I can edit after this. But yeah, stream itself is looking good. We have
Awesome.
5 viewers plus the fellas on the Discord. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. And then we'll have more once we post it up on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yes.
Good. Yes. Right. So we have 3 more minutes for those of them who want to prep their characters. Ian, it's a good thing I didn't ask you to prep one because you would have been my first pick. Because the guy actually doesn't have a character. I don't think he does.
I do, but I never bring him out.
Ian, hey guys, if you guys are interested, Ian runs almost daily games. Really should check out his game. He's a really good DM.
Yes, I am. Let's see.
Oh. But yeah, I will give an example of this later. Okay, I'm gonna let. Okay, guys. Everyone in the voice channel, you guys know the types of characters where I have, right? So I'm gonna randomly pick one and pray. And pray I don't offend anybody with it. What do you guys think I should go with? I'm gonna let the chat decide. And those of you who are watching right now, you can also vote. I'm actually viewing. We have Eclipse, the Southern Wizard. We have Celine, the very opposite bard. That's just my voice, but it's just it's just the way of playing a character. We have Amencia, who is essentially my druid, my very British druid. And yeah, that's about the 3 that I actually ever do weird stuff with. So I will see. I will see. Because after this, I'm gonna pick 2 more other people to do another scene with me. So chat right now, as well as Discord, I would like you to pick a character that we can that would sound fun in a situation. Yes. Pick a simple, pick any character.
I can tell you this much, like Kiara, you don't want to know which. You don't want me to use my usual one. It would hurt everyone's ears.
It's fine. We'll be fine. Yeah. So
just use ones that personality-wise they'd be fine to leave in a stream that's aimed at 13+.
Yeah.
If you've got some 50 Shades of Grey character, probably don't use them.
I'll try to dial it back.
At the very least, keep it 15 PG. Southern Elf, opposite bard, British druid.
Alright, so it's 9:28. We're gonna move on. 3 of you. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go start from Madari, and I'm gonna have you introduce your character. Alright.
Oh, me first.
Yes.
Well, now see, Jean is a man from down south, and he quite enjoys the finer things in life. Women, alcohol, and the odd cigarette.
Alright, that was really good, and I can tell, like, though if you say it's down south, I'm getting a little bit of cowboy vibes. Little bit, just a slight. I feel like we can go further, and that's really something that you can consider building up on in the future.
Okay.
So, Dreamer, you're up.
My. John, was it, cutie? I like the way you speak. I think we'll get along just nice, honey.
Okay, I'm gonna just try and see if I can guess what type of character your character is. Is it? I'm thinking soap opera. Is that right?
Say again?
Night, Dreamer, is your character kind of like soap opera-ish?
It's definitely a flirt.
Have you ever
Yeah,
played
it's
League of
definitely a flirt.
So I'm basing this character off of like Evelyn from League of Legends, kind of like a femme fatale character.
Sorry, don't
But,
play
like,
League
I
of
can't
Legends.
do a femme fatale. That's okay. Think of like a cat woman kind of vibe, you know?
So seductive. Okay, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming well. One thing that you can just consider doing is that your accent can be a bit stronger, but overall it's good. Right, Egg.
I'm Solito. I'm an engineer who solved the secrets of time manipulation, but I've stuck myself in a time loop in the process.
Wow. Wow. I think that deserves claps, guys. Wow.
Wow.
Nice, man.
It was really good. It was like really good. Though, fair warning if you're gonna yell. Fair warning if you ever go into a D&D session with this character. If you're gonna yell, warn the party.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so like I said, my next up thing is I apparently people like want me to try the Southerner. So we're gonna do the Southerner. And then you know what, Ian is the one who stepped himself into this. Ian, I would like you to prepare anything from a character.
Really? Okay.
And then the third person I would like to see. Sure. Sure. Isan, I've never actually seen you do an accent in one of my games. Can I have you try as well?
Oh god. I don't know what that lesson sounds like.
Alright, so I'm gonna. So I have this character. I'm gonna tell you about her. Her name is Eclipse Thing. She's actually in Prinny's game. Right now, she's this southern belle of an accent. Essentially, sorry, you guys are gonna have a little bit less time to prepare this time around because I also have to get ready for her because she's a bit much as well. Right. So how Eclipse might actually talk is that well, how do you do, mates? Don't you just love today? Now I'm in here looking for my soulmate. Which one of you has found my soulmate? And she has this, so that's roughly how I do Eclipse. And that's, she has this really southerner accent. It took me a while, actually, to get this accent. Just cause she was so... How do I say this? When I created her, I never imagined her to be southern.
I think you and I have the similar-ish problem because I heard more cowgirl than southern as well.
Yeah, it's southern-ish, cowgirlish. Yeah, so that's where she comes from. I had to listen to cowgirl movies. I watched 3 cowgirl movies just to get the accent. So yeah, so there's a lot of research going into that. All right, Ian, you ready?
Just give me a minute.
You have 59, 58, 57. I'm joking.
Okay, alright. So here is Zan the Paladin. Hail, comrades! I'm Zan, Paladin of Tyr, Tor, Hell, and sometimes Ilmater. And I'm here to slay evil. And I'm sure you, my friends, will come along on my quest to slay evil. Unless you are evil yourself. Are you evil?
Alright, that was really funny. Albeit, what I would change in that situation maybe change up a bit, because I feel like I'm listening to Ian.
Oh.
And
yeah, I don't know. I find it difficult to change my voice on the fly.
it's okay. There comes a lot of practice with that. So so when in the future when you go about this character, maybe you can consider changing up his accent a little bit.
Alright.
Going into something I kind of imagine, because you insist on this character seems to be a very loud character.
Yeah.
You might want to go something more excited, something more maybe a higher tone of voice kind of thing.
Higher tone of voice, okay.
So something maybe more excited, something that tells you like he's very just happy to be here, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So Isan, are you ready?
I have no idea. I'll just try it out.
Try your best.
Greetings. I am Falius Cole, a high elf from the House of Cole, blade singer master in training. Oh god. Right.
Alright. It was a good try. What I hear is something posh, something higher end, maybe? So maybe you wanna I like the speed that it's going right now, but maybe you can afford to go more normally with something more that tells you like he's such a snob kind of thing. Okay? Right. Consider that for your character. Alright. So we're gonna move on. Thank you for entertaining me tonight. So some last tips before you actually go into voice acting. The first thing is warm up before changing your voice. This definitely prevents injury. Please do not try anything before you warm up, because if not, you're gonna suffer. Trust me. Second, you really want to get into the right headspace, especially if you're playing one character as a player. At the end, it's kind of difficult because you have a bunch of characters. But essentially, you want to get into the right headspace. It helps to have a soundtrack or a simple line to get into character. For me personally, before I go into any game, I always have this soundtrack on YouTube that is 1 or 2 songs long that essentially just helps me get into the headspace of my character. Like for example, you can just pick up a soundtrack from any particular, maybe Taylor Swift. If you wanna grab something like, if you're playing like a desperate, heartbroken character, it helps you get into the right headspace. Alright, and then work on changing your voice over time. It's not going to come in a day or even a week, but keep at it and you'll eventually get it. Just practice a lot. Just keep working on changing your voice. Just keep trying that. And then, like I said, have a glass of water by your side. Because you're gonna run out of voice. And number 5 is, no matter who you are, who you're playing, speak clearly. Alright? So that's some tips. And then we have, don't forget variety. It's important to speak in a number of tones and ensure that you are not monotonous when you're speaking your character. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to see neither a DM nor a player who just speaks this line. I'm so bored of every single thing in life. I just don't care anymore. Who are you people? I don't care. I just want to go kill something. Nobody likes that kind of character. Nobody likes that kind of voice, especially if it's a 4-hour campaign and your character only speaks like that. Alright, use your face and don't be afraid to be embarrassed. Don't be afraid to just show your freaky side or get your hand motions into it. Alright, for those of you with more than one character, which is essentially almost everybody, keep notes on what your character should sound like or their various demeanors. For DMs, a tip that you can have is write down your character names, and then after that, okay, this character is what type of character, I should play it like that. Okay, then listen to yourself. Sometimes listening to your own voice helps you figure out what needs improving and what sounds good. Record it or ask a friend to help you record, or if you really are against it, just maybe practice it on someone and ask them to say, okay, maybe this can be better, that can change, I don't really like this. Right? And lastly, don't give up. It's not going to come in a day. it's gonna take many months, many years for you to develop that kind of skill. So just keep at it, keep practicing whenever you can, and really don't give up. And yeah, thank you. That's the end of the workshop. These are my references for the sake of everyone watching. So yeah, I have my references. Please do not sue me for using videos.
References.
All of the videos.
That's how you know it's official, man. This is not how you feel. That's references.
There's references.
All of the videos used in this presentation were for educational purposes. Please don't sue us.
Yes, all the videos used in this for this presentation were for educational purposes. Please do not sue me. Please do not come after me. Please. And I have my references out, so please don't. Everyone is credited. Everyone whose picture, whose video, whose inspiration I took. Please, they're all here, including my teacher. My teacher, if you're asking me. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go into the Q&A session. So those of you who have Q&A, please let me know right now.
Yes. Nikki has 2 questions which I'll post up on the hold on. I'm just going to put it up in the meeting room. So one is, how do you know what races sound like? For example, Tiefling. And
okay.
Hold on. There's also another question. Is on DMing on DMing on voice? How do you do it on the fly?
All right. 2 very good questions. The first question, I will go for the first question first. There is no wrong way to do a race. I did a southern dwarf. I did a southern elf just now. It's up to you. There's not really how a race sounds like, but essentially thinking about the background, I can give you a couple of examples just because like, how do you know what races sound like elves? Because it is written in the DM's guide that they're very high end people, that they're very proud people. So I would imagine that someone like that would sound very high class, would sound very educated, would sound very learned. But like I said, there's no wrong way to do a race. You can go forth with your imagination. If you really want a rough idea, and I think I could show you. There are some the internet can give you some ideas, like what should a tiefling sound like. So it can give you ideas. Like Reddit can actually there are posts up there that tell you like, oh, I like to think like, I like to think that they might have pirate voices, that kind of thing. So there's really no wrong way to do this. It's just up to you, really. For your second question on DMing, how do you do it on the fly? To be honest, this is something that requires a bit of prep, because as you learn more and more voices, it's actually easier for you to do voices on the fly, because you can just pull out a voice from your various like your long history of like voices and then just do it. But if you're new to DMing, I would say that if you really can't, just do your normal voice. There's nothing really wrong with that. And like when you're thinking of how to do it on the fly, sometimes like say for Adventures League, we always have a list of characters which are given to us, the DMs, and you can write, like I said, you can write that down. You can write it down, but if a player says, "Hey, right now I want to go to a blacksmith. What's his name?" You can go, every DM will go like that, and essentially what you would be thinking of is, okay, maybe he can be a dwarf. Something, just fall back on the things that that you're comfortable with. For example, if you ask me, I want to go look for a blacksmith, I might just go, his name is Ian, and he sounds like this. Why not? It's really up to you. And the important thing of DMing on the fly and doing accents on the fly is just increase your your accents, listen to more voices, listen to people voice acting. Yep. Yeah. So that's usually how I do it. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have like a more specific question.
Okay.
So I've been practicing for a while now, and like I'm getting to the point where I want to improve my range, but I find it difficult to know like what vocal resonators to activate for like each type of voice. Do you know do you know where I could like get some resources on more like technical aspects of voice acting like that?
Okay, now some of this is a bit more technical side. The first thing that I would say is essentially if you're going to try and increase your vocal range, there are pianos online. What I would do is play a note, play any note, and then try to match that tone, that one tone. It's actually the same thing as singing. You just really want to match that tone to sing that one same note over and over again. And over the course of time, you will actually increase your vocal range just naturally. And then when it comes to voice acting, it'll be easier for you because you're just going to just go to that range naturally. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I'm gonna go try that. Thank you so much.
No problem. Any other questions?
I've got a question regarding character voices.
Sure.
Let's say, as purely hypothetical, I played the character that I just played with a new group, and they did not like my voice. They found it too loud, they found it too irritating, I guess. But I can't seem to come up with a new voice for the character. What do I do then?
Okay, first things first, talk to the group. What would they prefer? Like, would they prefer you go softer? Or is it just the voice that's irritating them? Because sometimes it's not just the voice, it's just, oh, maybe you're just screaming everything and they're on headphones. So of course that's gonna annoy them. The second thing is that if they really, really don't know how to tell you how to change, try looking online for different voices where people speak differently, and you try and imagine your character saying stuff like that and try practicing with them. Like, for example, if someone says hello, you might wanna think, my character may be able to say that. Like my character, it sounds like something an accent or a voice that my character would be able to do. And then after that you listen to that, and then you might go, hello. Try, like, imagine your character saying that, and then try changing up like your voice, try practicing with that try messing around with that.
I see. Thanks.
Oh. Okay, any other questions? Alright. Anyone from our videos? From our viewers?
Let's
I see.
from YouTube. Hold on, just let me double check. No, there are no questions. Only from Nikki, which you have already answered.
Awesome. I see someone having a question. We're gonna look at that in a moment. Alright. Anyone from you guys?
Nope. Good on me.
I don't believe I have any more questions.
Can character voices change? I would like to imagine so, because you have to understand that people's voices also change naturally. Yeah, I can't imagine you have the same voice as you did when you were 10 years ago. Even after you've grown, your voice is always changing. It might get deeper, it might get lighter. Yes, I would say that character voices can change over time. Like, so sometimes what can happen is maybe the first session your character speaks really high. Then the next session you realize, hey, that's not really working. So I really want to go lower a bit and speak a bit normally and see how that fits into my character. D&D is a good time to experiment. But obviously, don't change it so drastically. A little boy will never suddenly have puberty and then have this super deep voice. It's change it naturally over the course of a few sessions. But because I'm gonna say this in AL's perspective here, because we have a lot of flexibility within the Adventurers League, is that we play with different groups. So actually, if you want to change your voice, I would completely go for it. I would completely ask you to do it, because you're not playing with the same group, so it may not be the same character, it may not be the same person. So think about it that way. Does that answer your question, actually? Yeah, Andy just commented something very important. Yeah, if you're increasing your vocal range using a piano at wherever, pace yourself, take it slow. Like I said, warm ups. Don't go for any notes that far beyond or from your comfortable vocal range too quickly. What you can do is stay within what you can first, and then go change it up. Go one note higher. When you master that, one note higher, one note higher, one note higher. Same thing with lower. Yep. Alright. If there are no more questions, I guess we can end it here. If you guys have any more other questions, you guys can feel free to PM me anytime. I may not reply as often just because sometimes I'm busy and I have things to do, but I will always reply as soon as possible. As soon as I'm capable of replying. Alright, thank you so much for joining this voice acting workshop. And thank you so much for those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, for joining us tonight. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy yourself.
Thank you,
That was
Kiara.
fun.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Kiara. I had fun. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for the
Kiara.
session. I had a lot of fun.
No problem.